when I was having a panic attack, a doctor gave me a 45-minute lecture on tawakkul. And wallahi, all I could think was, Doctor, please stop, this is not the time. Assalamu alaikum, beautiful souls. I hope you are doing well. I don't know why, but I thought this is something that we really need to talk about. Because the more I think about it, the more I realize how many people have probably experienced some version of this, especially people who struggle with anxiety. Because look, I know most people mean well when they give advice. I genuinely believe that. Most people aren't trying to make things worse, they are trying to help, like genuine help. But sometimes helping and understanding are two different things. And the reason this topic irritates me so much is because I have actually been on the receiving end of it. This was a few years ago, way before psychology, before therapy training happened, before I knew anything about nervous system regulation or emotional flooding or any of the things I talk about today. I remember having a really bad panic attack one day, like really bad. My heart was racing, I felt horrible, and I was convinced something was seriously wrong with me. If you have ever had a panic attack, you probably know what I'm talking about. Your body feels like it's sounding an alarm, and nobody else seems to understand why. So we rushed to the hospital. I think it was 12:15 at night, and the only doctor available at that moment happened to be a neurologist. Now, before I continue, let me be fair. I don't think he was a bad doctor or he was a bad person, and I genuinely think he wanted to help me. But instead of helping me manage the panic attack or giving immediate treatment, I got a 45-minute lecture on tawakkul, deen, trusting Allah, and whatnot. And I remember sitting there getting more and more annoyed. Not because I disagreed with him. That's the thing. I didn't disagree. I remember thinking, Doctor, ये सब ठीक है. I agree. I am Muslim too. But I can't breathe right now. I am panicking. I need help. I need someone to deal with what's happening in this moment. And to be honest, even though I hadn't studied psychology yet, something inside me knew this wasn't the time for this conversation. I couldn't explain why. I didn't know the science, I didn't know the terminology. I just knew that what I needed in that moment was different from what I was receiving. And years later, after studying psychology, it finally clicked. The problem wasn't tawakkul deen or even the advice. The problem was the timing. Because guidance and emotional first aid are not the same thing. If someone comes into the emergency room with a broken arm, you stabilize them first. If someone is bleeding, you stop the bleeding first. And if someone is having a panic attack, you help them regulate first. Then later, when their nervous system isn't screaming at them, you can have bigger conversations about habits, coping, mindset, faith, about whatever lesson needs to be discussed. But first, deal with the immediate problem. And honestly, I think this happens outside hospitals all the time. A friend says they are struggling and immediately gets advice. A teenager says they are overwhelmed and immediately gets a lecture. Someone opens up about anxiety and suddenly everybody has a solution. And sometimes the advice itself isn't even wrong. That's what makes this conversation interesting. A lot of the advice is actually good advice. It's just arriving at the wrong moment. Because when somebody is emotionally overwhelmed, they are not sitting there thinking, wow, this is such a valuable information. No, most of the time they are just trying to survive the next few minutes. They are trying to slow their heartbeat, they are trying to stop crying. They are trying their best to make sense of what's happening inside their head. And sometimes what they need first isn't more information. They need safety and understanding. They need somebody who isn't trying to immediately fix them. Someone who can sit with them for a moment and actually see what they are going through. And I genuinely think this is something we need more of as parents, friends, healthcare professionals, teachers, mentors, and first of all, as human beings. We just need better timing. Because when someone's drowning, that's not the time to teach them how to swim. Help them stay afloat first. The lesson can come later. And before I go, if you have been feeling like you're drowning lately and you are tired of being given advices every time you open up, if you just need a space where somebody will actually listen before trying to fix you, you can book a one on one session with me. That's truly one of the things I try to be very intentional about. Not rushing into solutions, not assuming I know exactly what you're feeling. Just creating a space where your experience can exist first. And if you're not looking for one to one session support right now, you can also join the Homecoming Circle. It's completely free and it's a beautiful space for people who are on this journey of emotional healing, self reflection, and coming home to themselves. You'll find the details in the description below. I'll see you in the next video, inshallah. Until then, take care of your beautiful souls. Assalamu alaikum.